taking it care of. I was going to do a speech, a little bit of a speech, because I haven't done it. We've all been very busy. And I went, I'm going to do a fast part because I don't think it's going to go very well. But the thing is, I know we've been all very busy with, and very worried about what is happening in the country. You know, we're all like completely, at least me, completely out-minded of what's happening, you know. So I wanted to do like global turnaround of what's happening globally in the world, and then we can focus on. So then, after going for the global, what's happening in the world, come down to our local elections, and then I think we're going to be easier. It's going to be easier for us. It's saying bad news, but so anyway, I won't read what I have. I'll go faster than what I had. Let me see what's happening here.
Yeah, it went to sleep.
Ah, okay.
Let's see if.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. So I wanted to start. There are 3 changes that are happening in the world that are going to be, that they're already happening, and they don't mind us or any country. They're already here, and we cannot do really a lot about them. One is, of course, climate change. Yeah. Of course. I have the image there, the graphs of how it's going, and it's not good. We can say it's created by humans, other party says it's created by, I don't know, conditions or God or whatever. But then the other 2 are 2 things that are very important, are the solar and electric car revolution. This means that the oil is not going to be needed in the future. Not in the distant future. We're already having this problem. One of the big divides with China is that they want to bring into the US electric cars. And of course, the US doesn't want to allow it because then all of our cars are going to go obsolete. They have electric cars for $11,000 that are fantastic. This is a picture of the fastest car in the world today. It beat all the other ones in the Nürburgring, which is a drive track. It's not just going fast forward, you know. There you go, almost 500 kilometers per hour. That's like 300 miles an hour. Electric car, it's Chinese, Nanyang, the U9. It's the model. And it's fantastic. So the thing is, electric cars, they're charged by solar power, and they have new batteries. We have been going on, and there's this thing about the batteries being made out of lithium, and then all the pollution that it brings, and the problem that it's recyclable. It's not recyclable. It is recyclable. If we achieve certain amount of lithium, we won't need any more because you could just recycle it. But anyway, it's outdated already. The new batteries are made out of salt. They're called sodium ion. They're still in production. They're going to start coming out in December, supposedly, in China. But in the US, we have already a company making them, and they're already working for production. There are two ways of look at solar power. You can use it, of course, for production, and then with that production, you charge your car, you load your car. For production, when you have sun, of course, you have a lot of power. But then, when the sun's out at night, you need a battery to get that. So, these batteries in the US, made in the US, they're already working, and they are exceedingly much better than any other battery. So anyway, all the batteries were already cheaper than oil and then coal and then nuclear. These ones are the cheapest way of energy. And the thing is, We are not. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's in the slideshow.
Yeah, it's not, doesn't look like it.
Okay. What can I do here to?
Yeah, put this one, please. That one, no, the other one. There you go, that one.
The next one.
The next one.
Next one.
So, this is what's happening. That's the power, the electricity generated in China by renewable sources. And this is the power generated in the US and Europe. And India is going with renewable sources. So, and now our new president, new January, is against renewable sources. So this will probably bring us down. The next thing is also, it's not just cars and oil and all of that. That is one part of it. And that will make some countries not very happy with us. But anyway, for artificial intelligence, can you put this one in? The one before we.
This one.
Artificial intelligence takes a lot. It's the third thing coming in that's going to change the world. I think there's no discussion about that. You can see here in this graph, this is the SP 500, the stock exchange going up, and this is job openings. This is non-foreign job openings. But you can see how it tracks perfectly until we hit ChatGPT. This is when ChatGPT started, and you can see how jobs just drop and the SP 500 go up. So that is scary. That is a revolution again. And the thing is, artificial intelligence needs a lot of power, needs a lot of electricity to go. And the graph before, we don't have that electricity if we don't go renewable power, because doing gasoline plants, generation, gas generation, it's very expensive and it takes 10 years to build a plant, or 5 years if you're very fast. But solar panels can be very fast implemented, very fast. So, these things are happening. And what's happening after that? We are creating a multipolar world. China, of course, has all this technology and all this power and is creating all this electricity. And they are getting together with, as you know, the BRICS, the Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. That is not really how it goes. It is. India and China are the two most powerful countries, the two most, not powerful, the two most populous countries in the world. So, so there's a big market right there. They don't call themselves BRICS. They call themselves the South Commerce Club. The Global South. Global South, correct, yes. That's what it is. And we are not part of them. Since we got into a fight with China, they're not buying our soybeans, yeah, but they are also not buying a lot of things. They're commercing with the South, with Argentina, with Brazil, and with other countries. So they're creating a pole, a development pole. And they're not going to use dollars, and they're not going to use a lot of things. We could, let's say, not fight against them, but, stand our ground if we had the NAFTA, the free trade agreement. Mexico, the US, and Canada are powerful enough to, well, at least, be able to deal with them, and with good politics, buy and sell, and make a global world, not just the global South. But again, Canada is now looking into going to Europe.
I
loses their reserve currency status,
Yes.
that we won't be able to come back to. But coming back to our area, that's what really gets us.
Yes, we are not. Already China is selling and buying with Russia, oil from Russia and with India without dollars.
Correct.
And they are also investing money in Africa, and sub-Saharan Africa. And the world is moving. The world keeps moving, developing, and they are bringing good stuff and good technologies. And we are getting behind.
But we're going to learn Spanish in 4 months, so we should be good.
We'll be losing what?
We'll learn Spanish in 4 months, so we'll be okay.
In 4 Okay, good.
Got 4 months. Latin.
So, after this, I thought it was good to go around and take a look globally at what's happening, you know. Europe is still working. Now a lot of people from the US are going to Europe, scientists and historians and people fleeing regime. So Europe is going to get the problem with Europe, they have a lot of technology, a lot of money. The the GDP is close to the GDP of the US, and it's close to the GDP of China. So the sort of balance the 3 points, but they have very low population. Population growth is not good for Europe and for Russia and other countries. But Europe is the most concerning because they don't have other associations. So now with all the people going there, that may help. So that is.
Well, we may be having some people return to the motherland.
Well, yes, exactly. And the thing is, no more immigrants are coming to this country, at least, and we're taking a bunch of them out. So that is against concerning because we don't have a very good population.
So maybe the new governor of Texas will be like the New Mexico.
I think so,
Be
yes.
more welcoming.
There you go, now you're talking.
That's right.
That is it. The thing is, yes, women don't want to have kids.
Well, Andrew's not a woman.
You know, I know, but he's not having kids either. Himself. No, but what I'm saying.
They're going to learn math and be engineers to catch up with the Germans and the Indians.
Yes. Well, the thing is, we need child care. To have kids, we need child care. We need health care. Women need health care. You know, they cannot just have kids and then kindergarten and nursery and schooling.
Stay-at-home dads are good.
Excuse me?
Stay-at-home dads are good.
Stay-at-home dad, yes, those work too. But that's not the idea. The idea is that women won't be able to vote either. Well, but they were going ahead of us. So this was just a global look into what's happening. At least I think it's optimistic for me to know that not all is lost, and that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And even though we are fighting right now here, a little fight, which are very important for us, I'm not saying. The world is not all that bad. That's what I wanted to bring out today. Anyway, thank you for listening to me.